the most important takeaway from last week's Tight End University?
Yeah, that was fun. It was cool to get out there with the guys, to be invited by George and Travis, and it was cool just to learn to see how those guys see the game, what they look for, what they do when they run routes, kind of see what goes on in their brain, and then to go out there and work out, perform with these guys and see, how they run routes, how they catch the ball, how they warm up, all the, things that they do. It was a lot of fun, very beneficial. I learned a lot, and plan on going as long as I can.
What's it mean to you just to be a part of that fraternity of guys?
Yeah, it's a cool group of guys. I mean, there's a ton of guys there. They're all, there for the same reasons, trying to spread knowledge, help each other out, and get the tight end position to grow as much as they can. So it was very cool to be a part of that, and to work out with those guys for a few days was a blast.
How about hearing what a guy like George Kittle has accomplished to see his said about you?
Yeah, I think it's cool. A guy that's in the same division as we are, a guy that we play twice a year, to kind of have that mutual respect for one another is very cool. And, hopefully I can continue to get better, continue to grow, and, be one of those guys that he said.
Do you think about your place then in that fraternity and in that group of people?
No, I just feel very excited that I was invited, that I had the opportunity to go, and, continue to do what I do every year, and hopefully that will kind of take over as it goes.
How would you summarize these? Obviously, you guys have been away from the facility for a handful of days, but how would you summarize OTAs and minicamp as a whole?
Yeah, I think it was very good. From this point where we are this year to where we were last year, I think it's significant where we are now. So the team looks, we're not messing up on plays that we did last year. We know this offense a lot better, and most importantly, just to have the guys around, to be working out as an offense, to have Kyler Murray, healthy, things like that. It's all the little things that we got this year, and I'm super excited to see, where we go.
Yeah, having said that, how excited are you about getting into camp and kind of picking up where you left off last year and seeing where this team as a whole can kind of take that next step?
Yeah, no doubt. I think the offense, the sky's the limit for the offense. There's so many weapons. There's so many different people that can make plays. I'm super excited. Mike Wilson, Marvin, Greg Dortch, all these different weapons. It's going to be cool to see how Petzing uses all of us and things like that, but I'm super excited to get to camp, to get out with the guys, to start, right where we left off in OTAs, and see where this offense can go.
When you enter a season and set goals for yourself, what do those look like? Are they more philosophical? Do you set statistical goals for yourself?
Yeah, I do a little bit of both. But most importantly, I think it's just getting better every single week. Last year that was my goal every single week. I wanted to get better and better, and I kind of felt like I did that, leading into the end of the season. And now it's just picking up right where I left off and trying to get better from there and growing every single week. We have so many guys in our room, so many guys that do different things, learning from them, and ultimately trying to make this offense as good as possible.
Is 1,000 yards a cool goal?
Yeah, absolutely. It was close last year, but I think it's maybe realistic this year.
Speaking of Kyler, we know we've talked to you on a couple of occasions about those little plays where there was a little communication off that can lead to sometimes not a good play. How important was it for this offseason, and how much did you work on that stuff, and you think that really helped in terms of that maturation process?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just that chemistry part, and with working out with him, running routes with him on the weekends outside of this building, that's where that chemistry comes. He knows exactly what I'm going to do, how I run routes, how I get open, things like that, so that we can kind of be on the same page, and he's not guessing what I'm doing, or I'm not guessing what he's doing. So the more routes we run together, the more we continue to grow our relationship, the more we continue to do the things together. I think that will just become natural.
I've still got a few weeks here, but what do you like about camp? I know camp can get long. There can be, some days that aren't so much fun, but what do you like about it?
I like that it's inside, truthfully. It's hot outside. I just think it's a great opportunity for all the guys to get together to compete and to kind of carve out a role for the team. it's just a cool little, time because you're away from home. They put us up in a hotel for a month, and you're away from home. It's all ball. You're just kind of there, meetings, football. That's kind of all it is for a month, and I think that's really cool if this is what you love and that's what you want to do, and it's just fun to be around the guys for a month away from home, and it's just all football 24/7.
Trey, now that you're a savvy veteran, what have you learned, what have you learned about the NFL, the business of the NFL?
Yeah, it's it's a week-to-week business. There's guys in and out every single day, but most importantly, I think just to be consistent. Show the coaches that you can be consistent. Do the the little things and be consistent as much as possible. There's still so much I have to learn. That it's such a tough business. It is a business more than anything, but every single year, every single day, I learn something new and see something I haven't seen and. Hopefully, as I continue to grow in this league, that this will just become, easier and easier.
Trey, what was your reaction to the young fan you sent the signed jersey to, that the same-sex parents, similar to yourself, growing up?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It was never my intention for it to blow up the way it did. I really was just reaching out. They reached out to me, and I was just returning the favor, giving them a jersey. Just wanted to be a bright spot in the kid's life, and the video kind of took off unexpectedly and kind of blew up, but that was never the intention at all. I just really wanted to be a bright spot for this kid's life and hopefully convert a Bills fan to be a Cardinals fan.
When I watched that video, I kind of got teary-eyed just with how much it meant to him. He said he gained a brother, and you mentioned that we're in this together. What did you mean by that?
Well, it's something that gets more criticism than it should, and his reaction was genuine. It was wholesome, and that's what I think is cool. The effect that it had on such a kid's, such a little thing for me to do, but the effect that it had on him he'll remember for the rest of his life. So I think that's very cool and something that us as NFL players have this platform to give back and to inspire people, and I think it's important to do that when necessary.
Michael had mentioned to us also a couple weeks ago about all the weekend work. How often was that? Was that pretty regular, almost every weekend?
Yeah, I'm always trying to do stuff. I think it's very important to get in the community, to be a part of the environment that you're in, and I'm always doing stuff. I helped Dennis with the camp the other week. I did a girls' football camp. I do stuff back in Colorado. I have my kids' camp. I'm trying to do stuff as much as possible because we're on this platform to give back, and I think it's very important to give back. It's so easy for us to do and can change a lot of people's lives.
But also with just the working with Kyler on the weekends too, with all the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been a week-to-week thing. Kyler's been very good about, bringing guys together, working out outside of football. He's been a great leader, and I'm super excited because this has been as close as I felt like this offense has been since I've been here.
You don't hear a lot of kids growing up say, I want to be a tight end. It's usually quarterback, receiver, running back. How did that take shape in your life, and when did you embrace that this was your path?
I came from a small school in Colorado, and I played quarterback and I played, receiver. I did all that in high school, and ultimately, I just was the big kid that I just had to move to tight end. I wasn't going to be, the quarterback that was, 260 pounds. They didn't want that, so I moved to tight end, and I played defensive end as well, and I just liked scoring touchdowns more than I did tackling people. So I moved to tight end, and that's kind of when that all happened. Was probably the end of high school.
There's a lot of talk about the receiving yards, but how much of your identity is wrapped up in being a complete tight end with all the other parts that come with the job?
Yeah, I think that's very important. The blocking aspect of the game is very important. That's what gets you open in the run and the play action stuff, all the run action stuff. So to be able to block, it really helps you get open more than you think. So and it keeps you on the field for more plays, all that stuff. So it's just it's very important and something that I embrace. To be a complete tight end in this league is very hard, but something I strive to do every day.
When we were talking about the same-sex parents, you mentioned that it faces more criticism than it should. Have you faced criticism, adversity, that kind of thing growing up?
Yeah, everyone has, but I've been here welcomed with open arms. It's been great, but obviously, yeah, there's lots of criticism and things, but something that, I just wanted to help a kid out, give him a jersey, things like that, and hopefully be a bright spot for him in his life.
What's it been like integrating Tip Ryman into the tight end room?
Yeah, Tip's been great. Tip's a hardworking guy. He's a guy that I love playing with. He loves to block, and there's no joke about that. He's a great dude. We've had dinners and stuff together. He's a great part of this room, and I'm super excited to play with him. He's going to be a huge asset to that tight end room.
Is Kyler getting you guys together since the end of the program and even in the next 4 weeks before camp?
Yeah, he has got us together. Yeah, throwing routes and stuff. He's back and forth, doing his thing as well. But he does have something planned for a few, some of the skill guys, get us all together for a little, workout session, things like that. So I'm super excited. He's been a great leader. He's been great at getting everyone together, bringing all the guys along, and I just think it's beneficial for this offense to be successful, to have that chemistry with one another.
Michael said he upped the ante. He said Kyler could reach out at 3 a.m. Are you available?
I'm
Kyler?
available at 3 a.m. too. Yeah, if he wants to reach out and give me a ring, I'll be there. So no, Kyler's been great. He's a huge, he's a great leader in this organization and someone I love playing for.
Have any of the coaches talked to you about what their expectations are for you in 24?
Yeah, I mean, every coach, every player's got that, what they see their role being, what your role looks like right now. And if you don't like that role, you can kind of, try to define another role for yourself. But, yeah, I've talked to every single coach and what their expectations are, and I fully agree with them and just want to, continue to grow like I did last year.
What are your early impressions of Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah, Marvin, he's a stud. He's a guy who is as elite as they come. Just a freak of nature. A guy of his size and athletic ability is very rare and something you don't see all the time. So he's been great. He's eager to learn. Wants to be great. Wants to help this offense in any way he can. And he's been a great teammate for the few weeks I've been able to be with him.
How does it feel to be on the other side, not being a rookie? You see all these young guys coming in, got to prove themselves. You're kind of up the ladder now. How does it feel to be on the other side and kind of be the vet in a sense?
Yeah, it's neat, but at the same time, those guys are there. You don't want them to. They're great. It's awesome to be a vet, but at the same time, you want to help these guys out. You want to be a leader in the room, and have your tight end room be as strong as possible, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Help Tip get this playbook down, help him, so we can just keep moving as smooth as possible. We could be a great tight end room. I'm trying to have this room be as strong as possible, so, all of us, there's no fall off from guy to guy.
How tough is it knowing that every draft, every free agency, they're trying to find a player better than you to beat you out? How much motivation is that?
I think it's great. It's one of those things that's part of the business of this and of the NFL, and every single year they're trying to replace you, and you just got to keep proving year in and year out that you're the guy that they need on the team.
You talked about Marvin. What's it like to see a guy with the skill, the talent, but then also the will to get better and the willingness to learn the game as well?
Yeah, it's exciting, just to see, how much he cares about this game, how much he wants to get better. He's a 4th overall pick. He is exactly what you want in a teammate. He's, doing all the extra work. He's in early, doing everything he can to be better. And I'm eager to get the pads on and see him and Kyler's connection, all the things that they do during training camp. Because, it's hard to tell with just a helmet on and things like that how great someone really can be. But once you get the pads on and it becomes real football, it'll be exciting to see that connection those two have.
Is there a part of you that says, boy, if he does well, it's going to open things up for me in the middle?
Yeah, no doubt. Hopefully he can take a little coverage off. They can start double teaming him up and leave it open in the middle for the tight end.
Knowing what you knew about him, before the draft and going into it, is there anything that you saw on the field that surprised you about him?
Nothing really surprised me. The hype was pretty real about him. He had a ton of hype coming out of college, and I think he very well lived up to the hype. He's a great athlete, a great person, and most importantly, someone who wants to get better and, isn't complacent at all. So I'm super excited to see this guy in training camp, see him get going, and, he's going to be here for a long time. So I hope, we could be teammates for a long time too.